I had a failed video. I don't know why it failed. These things happen, I reckon. But I had a failed video. It just said, your broadcast failed. So whoever missed me on that last one, we're back now. In that last video, which you can find on my YouTube after I uploaded, I highlighted that I've got my 4 presses loaded. My dear friends, I did not think it would take this long. I've got orders number, out of order here, but order number 240, order number 254, order number 241, order number 253, order number 251, order number 243, order number 237. These orders are all finishing up in the absolute ASAP of it. I've got 6 boards, 4 for Texas, 2 that are 825 bull noses. They're the only bull noses in the queue. You know who you are. 6 boards going out tomorrow. I've got 4 more boards. I've got 5 stacked there, but I've got 4 boards on order that are all going out, if I can, second round shipping tomorrow. Tomorrow 7 p.m. is when Cincinnati Main Post Office closes, and I hope to have 4 more. So that will be 10 boards in transit tomorrow. And with apologies to all of you, like I said before, I've got a lot of explaining to do, but I can't pull off those explanations kind of in the present situation. I'm getting low network connection down here, which might be a godsend for the long term. So I'm moving over to here. You know where I really want you guys? Man, I know that it's super bright, but man, this is my favorite place in the whole world is the shaping table, man. It's a great spot. And also I started doing this. I started putting the boards screwed to the ceiling in here. I never did that before, and I have a lot of boards to screw up. Oh, that's a funny pun. So I've got decks screwed to the ceiling coming back here. Well, I had to fly a drone through here. But, and I started screwing boards to the staircase too. So I'm very pleased to be able to screw around again in here. I was out of here for years. I was out of here for 2.5 years, and I've been doing board making stuff. It turns out since 2009 was when was 2008 when I resolved to start making boards, but I was interrupted by an arrangement with an original equipment manufacturer to run a brand. I just wanted a good brand that was on just goodness, man, just the good stuff of skating, and it was ran counter to, you know, I wanted to run kind of counter current to the whole where everything is so serious about itself in skateboarding. I just really don't like that. So I started Fickle in 2008 out of just a heart for there to be a skateboarding company that was not built on the same stuff, you know. And when I say the same stuff, I really mean not built on, hey, we're better than you, buy our stuff. I wanted it to be built on, hey, our stuff is made for you, to hold you up, to support you, to last longer, to be better. And I shopped around and tried to find USA production, but I always had in mind to make boards. And then by 2009, end of 2009, I was done. You know, there was not the kind of integrity in the board making industry, original equipment manufacturing, that I needed to feel good about selling something to someone else. That was to me a sacred thing. So then in 2010, 2009, 2010, I was building a press. It took me 4 months to craft my first ever mold, which is right here. This is my first ever mold, and still in use today. From 2009 and 10 And I began building my workshop, just rudimentary experimentation, and with help from friends, I built this workshop, which is a pretty great workshop down here. This was a mortuary prep room basement, not the entire basement. I'm splaining, Lucy. I'm splaining, Desi, Ricky. This is just part of my explanation. And I am not in any way asking any of you to feel sorry for me that I got behind in my last orders. I got behind on my last orders because I did not have a breakdown. I did not have a breakdown. I did not come off the tracks. I recognized that I needed to do some serious thinking about how to use these talents and these tools. And what came of it, part of it is, I don't know. I do not know. But what I do know is that presently there is no joining place. There's no joining place for what I do with any of the mechanisms of the skateboarding industry. I didn't see that coming, and I literally spent 10 full years thinking that I would make these boards, that shops would pick them up, because back in 2008, I had 200 boards a month moving, and I thought, if I just make 150 boards a month, I'm making a living. Just me and my workshop, and I can run out 150 boards a month if I know where they're going and they're paid for and it's proper and everything's moving. I put my first boards out in 2010 in late 2010 for $45 each, and it became apparent to me that they were worth a lot more than that, and I moved it up to $60 through 2012. And in 2012, it became evident that the problems were daunting. Justin, I've got your order. I'd like you to look through the last two videos and see. I've got you in the works over here, and I went through all my order numbers, and you're one of them. I want you to see that. I love you, brother, and all of you guys have your stuff coming. It's taking longer than I thought it would because I am slower than I ought to be. I am not only am I not a Superman, I'm not even a good at being honest shit man. I am a weak, fallible, kind of sometimes super lame man. And I have been trying to find that center, and I found it. It was to offload all of the attention that I paid to trying to run a traditional skateboard brand where you're paying attention to making sure your posts and all this stuff and analytics. And I let my business partner, David, who is one of my best friends in life and remains one of my best friends in life, I let him go as my partner. I've put Fickle on hiatus. The brand Fickle is still there, but it's on hiatus right now. And I am now free. I'm not free yet. I still have your orders to finish. And I've got, like I said, 10 boards. 6 will ship tomorrow. I think that 10 will ship within 48 hours easily. I mean, if they don't ship tomorrow, then, so I'll have 10 out of here. I've got another packet that I thought I'd be through, but it took me forever to get these molds loaded. And as you can see on the end there, the jacks are still on the floor. Tomorrow morning I'm getting them going and gonna get the glue rolling going down here and get back in pressing. It should take me one round of pressing to have this next group done. I'm gonna be updating you guys. I said it this morning, they say accountability is a bitch, but I think that accountability is wisdom's sister. And I love wisdom. She can be a harsh lady to people who don't listen to her, but I'm listening, man. I want wisdom more than I want anything else. And I am behind, and I'm okay. I am not in agony. I have come to a place of acceptance of the shame of being so behind and really letting my friends down. I see this work as a work of friendship, and I see comments from Bo Paris right now. And I accept that I blew it. Some of you guys are mad at me, and you are entitled. And I don't want anyone to be mad at someone for being mad at me. I've got board orders in here that are 3 months old now. I've got boards going out. I have one special project of 10 boards that is easily 2 months behind right now. But I had, maybe I didn't have to take 2 months and dial out and figure things out. Maybe there was a better way, but I didn't find it. I didn't find it, and Hopeton, good to see you. I didn't find it because I'm not smart enough, and I didn't do it because I'm not strong enough, and I've come to a place of acceptance about this, and I hope you can too, because you'll be happier. I want you to be happy, but I haven't fulfilled doing the kind of things I'm used to make you, for me to know you're going to be happy. But what I can do is this, is I can let you guys in the workshop with me to see your friend Lou with no brand, nothing but my love for skateboarding, my love for the United States of America, my love for Jesus, and my family behind me, making a board for a friend. I changed the whole model, so the whole way that people like these, my work now is changed. It's now a work of love and friendship that is not a branded business approach. I'm not doing accounts, stuff. Skateboards are harder to make fast than we want. Jared Nelson from Drang Boards comments that he's behind too. Dear ones, all I can say is this: the best I can do is to be honest that I'm not on it. I'm not the guy who is up on his stuff. However, I have come into a place of a lot of personal freedom by accepting this, by going, okay, here's the thing. Human bandwidth is a limited commodity, and my bandwidth was so choked by trying to figure out how am I supposed to get this brand into, now first it was like shops wouldn't work. I had multiple shops complaining the boards lasted too long, and that was exactly what I was all about. And then distros are not a possibility. I can't make 150 boards and send them to a distro and take pennies on the dollar for that kind of labor. That's no way for a man to live. And then Amazon isn't going to work because it's even worse than distros. And then Zoomies approached us with an offer, and I thought maybe I can make boards and ship them to Zoomies. But in order to take the Zoomies order, which you know what they're going to do, they're going to buy like 40 or 60 boards from me, which is great, and it puts me in America's front porch to kids, which is really where my heart is at for kids and first timers. And then Zoomies is going to pay me a certain amount per board, and then the next round they're going to offer to pay me a third less than that. And then, but happily, and I'm thankful to the Almighty for this guidance, it was a $15,000 a year insurance policy I would have had to take out to do business with someone like Zoomies. So corporate skateboarding is not a mesh. Skate retail, well, here in Cincinnati, I made all the skate retailers really mad. My whole creating a brand that through both active ad copy and satirical content spoofs the "we're better than you, buy our stuff, oh by the way our stuff is made in a faraway land, and oh yeah by the way our stuff is well known for breaking on the first day." You know, like that, me spoofing that really went over like a lead balloon here in Cincinnati and garnered a lot of hate. Anger. I made people angry. I did that, and I also didn't see any other way to go forward. I don't think I would choose differently or choose different words or choose a different approach if I did do it again. There are certain people who their disposition toward life is such that if they're not angry at you, you're doing something wrong, you know? And skateboarding has collected a lot of these people and put them in really high places of leadership in the community. And I am content to have angered the mainstream, to have made some of the high rollers and moguls feel mad at me over the words I used, and I will probably say things that make a lot of you mad by the time it's over, because I am an actual person with thoughts who doesn't tend to hold back his free expression. So, you know, what are you going to do? So shops were shut down locally. I did shops nationwide, and thanks to Bo Paris at Woody's Skate Shop, now closed. We did a lot of business in Savannah. We did a lot of business in some other places. But the only thing that was working was something I didn't want to do. Well, no, it wasn't the only thing working. There were kind of three things working. One was I could ship boxes out to my friend, Jason Wren, in Texas. That worked in a way, except there are some major problems when you employ a friend to distribute your boards for you. There are major problems there long term, so that's not a long term one. I'll break those down another time. And they aren't problems with Jason Wren, because that man is a glorious hunk of man. And then there was the collaborative graphic thing. That was not bad, with Team Fat and with South Austin Curb Service, and there were some others. I did a collaborative graphic with House of Pawn, America's Best Skate Shop, and I liked that. I love Floyd at House of Pawn, and I think he's the bee's knees. Then there was also the online sales. Now, online sales really worked, but I saw a direct correlation between online sales and my videos. If I needed to move some boards, like for the budget, I would do videos every day and the boards would move. And I realized that online sales are actually, they're actually broadcasting. So I'm going to grab a power source really quick. And in order to broadcast, I literally have to spend a whole day thinking. It takes a full day's thinking for me to be able to put together the words. Hang on, guys, I'm going to do a quick power. I'm going to plug a power source in here because I'm dying and I'm not done yet. So doing videos is great, and I love the connection I get to have with people by doing videos. But the problem with doing videos is that it's a whole craft. You know, if building a mold and designing a press that's going to work, and if that's not a craft enough, add to it actually learn to roll glue and make boards and cutting them, and that's a craft, and then add screen printing, building screens and doing screens, and that's a craft, and you're already doing professional stuff that's pretty serious, and then add to it all another layer of get a notification off here, and add to it another layer now that you're a broadcaster. And like I spent all day, I spent all morning thinking about what I was going to say to you guys in my first video. I spent all day thinking about what I was going to say if I got these presses together. And when we got them together, I was so excited I wanted to reach right out to you guys before I even finished loading the things. I'm excited about being accountable. I'm excited about the connection there. Now, I'm also afraid that we lost the connection on here. I hope you guys will get to see this video. I'm going to end this video. There are reasons. The thing that was working that I loved the most was like 25 or 30% of my business was people who knew me, who knew they loved my boards. Guys like Chris Gurley, guys who were on their 15th board. Chad Crawford, and this was the people that was where the joy was for me, was with these relationships I had. And I thought, well, I'm going to offload all of the paying attention to analytics and all of the, doing videos that are connected to sales, and I'm going to do, hang on, we're reconnecting here. I'm just going to do friendship. And so for now, I'm not a business, I'm a friend, I'm a person. I might not be your friend. You might not like me after you get to know me. You may find that I do or don't think or believe something or non-thing that you do or don't, enough or not enough or something like that. People are pretty tribal lately. And if I fall outside your tribe and you don't like me anymore, you know what? I like you anyway. Not mad at you. You got to cut your lines. If I'm a low quality person, you got to let me go. It's fine. Maybe you think you need to. Whatever, man. You know, I'm down for whatever. You know, we don't get to choose our circumstances like that. But I'm here, and it feels good to get accountable, to go through the orders, and to let people know that I'm back in significantly healthy headspace, realign myself, no longer, not for probably a year. I'm not going to worry about a website or the subscriptions necessary for it. I'm not going to worry about running a brand with overhead and all that stuff. It's just me and my workshop and you, if you want it, if you know about it. And for now, if somebody wants a board, it works. It's not really, but it works kind of on a suggested donation level. You know, there's a certain amount that you know, I put into a board as well as time, and I appreciate it if people will send it through snail mail with a drawing, a rudimentary drawing of what they want as a correspondence between friends, and make that connection better. That's what I want when I'm working. So we're going to talk more about these things as things go, and I get lubed up by some joy in the labor. But today I'm really happy because I'm on the cusp of a 10-board ship out, and I'm on. It really took me a long time to get these 4 presses up and going. I had this one up. It doesn't have jacks. These guys here, they have jacks. The jacks on the floor there. I'll have these 3 up and pressing tomorrow. I got to go up to Indianapolis and pick up my 5th press off a friend of mine up there, and it has jacks in it. So also got to. Well, I'll tell you more later, friends. It's late, and I want to go and watch an episode of my favorite show with my favorite person, who's Judy. My favorite non-invisible person, who's Judy. My favorite person, period, is invisible presently. He's not here right now. It's Jesus. And he is right here right now because the Holy Spirit. I don't know. I don't have it all figured out. I think the Trinity is a good model for that. We'll talk about that more later. Maybe I'll do Sundays. Maybe we'll have God Talk on Sundays. I love to talk about God. And I love you guys. I'll tell you, I'll catch you later. And I don't always remember to say it, but hi, Mom. I love you. Catch you soon, guys.